Hello. Let me get my microphone. Check. Welcome back, best of the best practitioners of light and love. This includes you beautiful assassins out there, slaying, killing in the name of light and love, balancing out for this generation and those to come. So, this includes, this is subtitle to this, or the umbrella of this is the most ethical, who reciprocates equally their best and always. So, that's what I care about. Doing your very, very best with what you got, with what you know. With what you believe in. So that's always going to be a growth mindset. That's always going to be open-ended. It's going to be that active open door policy. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't have to be, how do I say it? Be lax in the gatekeeping department, but be more active within that role. Have some flex when you flex, right? So it is 9:55 in the morning. I feel like I've been up for like hours, which I have, but like I'm still surprised that it's morning. Well, I'd like to say first off, thank you. Angels of light and love, I welcome you in. Jesus Christ, welcome. To all my besties, including Kali. So good to me. To us, for sure. But I am just so excited. I did not even see that. It's like, when people throw you under the bus, it's like, Goddess Kali picked me up and just like, took me under her wing. So, very much appreciated. Didn't know that, I was going to have keepers in my life that just freaking awesome. There's a lot of energy here because I see a little bit of stagnancy, just a little bit of a delay with, it looks like when I move in when I say certain things, there's a pixelated viewing here, even without my glasses on. But today is extra special. I don't want to make a big deal out of it, but since I'm here in the moment and I'm feeling it, it is my birthday. So, patting me on the back. It's good. It's good. I'm starting to see some wonderful things. So, I have to throw out my apologies in advance for any tinge of, what do you call it? Anything that seems like a lack of gratitude. When I speak my mind, it's meant to, it's supposed to be the way it's supposed to be. So certain observations are very legit, but it doesn't speak of the whole grouping. I'm very emphatic when it comes to people who try my patience, and it's more so about trying my patience rather than, how do I say it? Testing my intelligence. Like, I don't know. I mean, idiots will be idiots, so I don't consider that testing my my intelligence. It's just a reflection of their own manifestations, and I just become a little bit of a figure that they'd like to energetically attach for puppetry. And that's what I see a lot of within like the devil energy. They see how much power I hold and how it could be very relevant within their own workings of destruction. And that's why they so want to recruit me so badly. They do. And it's because it's very underestimated power, even within its cognitive acknowledgments. Because like even I fall prey to aesthetics. Like I there's certain things that just the way we were raised, what we've come to learn. So I'm trying to use my destruction for good purposes. So deconstructing these outworn, old, played out beliefs. And so, just wanted to say that I appreciate where I am at this very given moment. And even, like I said, drawing back on this new, certain opportunities that can be also kind of considered like underdog, dark horse type of energy. These portals, these of opportunity are meant to lead to a branching out of others. So when I experience distaste, it's for a very particular fraction of my experience. So that could be here, could be there, could be wherever. So it's not one of the identifying factors of the cumulative, okay? And I know those that understand that are the ones that it's meant to reach. So, and those that don't understand will come to the understanding of it. I have full faith in that. It might not be in the here and now. It might be just like a day or two before it like latches. Whatever the case, not my place to judge on the timing of it. So, happy birthday to me. This is good. So, I found this, before I put it away, it's my clippy of the Millennium Falcon. Wonderful things. I just say things once and it's beautiful. Like, as far as releasing blockages, manifesting, I guess I've come into a new belief system. Just swimming along. And things are good. I don't know what else to tell you. They're not like super duper perfect. Like it's better than saying that I'm managing, you know. So it's great. Happy Monday. Oh, I almost forgot. It is Monday Motivations. It is Positive Affirmations Monday. So, okay, I guess we're doing that today. I was told to open up the Tarot of the Holy Light. Okay. So for my birthday, one of my friends gave me a multitude of things. So that was super nice. I didn't even know. Thank you. So the imagery behind it, I flipped to like a page in the book. It's a tarot coloring book, and I haven't. It's so sweet because I haven't received a coloring book as a gift in a long time. So it has very underestimated energy, but the fact that the colors that you intuitively are drawn to put into place with set imagery, co-creative forces, can really change up tune up the meaning behind it. And when you're doing that, it's supposed to accelerate your developments, your understanding of where to go from there. So I have full faith in that, and I think I'm gonna get them printed after I color them. I don't know, I was just intuitively I said I was going to color one tonight or whatever, and then I just started doing it, and I just kept going with it. And I think what discouraged me before is seeing what other examples were like. I'm like, they got their color scheme more understood than mine, because I've done stuff like that before, but it was just not, I don't know, it was kind of like robotic. I was kind of detached, but I don't know, for some reason, it just worked out this time. And so what I got was the Ace of Wands, and it says a card that offers up pure potential. The Ace of Wands gives the receiver all the encouragement they need to follow their heart and pursue their dreams. A creative hobby promises the opportunity for personal growth. How crazy is that? I just asked Spirit, so what do you want to give me today? What is it? I'm open to it. And that's what I got. So that's beautiful. I love it. Give me a second. I'm getting several texts in. Give me a second. Okay, just a variety of texts. It's good. Okay, so bottom of the... Oh, it's the Emperor. Hi, Spirit. Welcome. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. You know, in Harry Potter, I think it's called the snitch, where it's in, what do you call it? Quidditch. The ball with the fluttering thing, the wings. Holy smokes! With the so you have to chase it and catch it. Basically, it's like polo, but in the air. And I don't even know the game of polo, but so excuse me. I think the dynamics, the physical language of it is basically hockey, but on, you know, a vehicle. So very much, I think, properly brute. I think that's how the feels of it. But that he's holding the snitch. You see? He caught it. Well, she, you know, spirit is sound within identity roles. So this is very nice. Oh, this is the Phoenix energy, like scorched, perched by their own fire. So spirit's like watching over it. Like we've put out quite a bit for sure. Put out, but I'm meaning like we've released a lot of fire, and so we're even consumed by our own. So this is a resting point. Spirit is like holding it for us, holding it down for us while we rest just a bit, while we just kind of recoup. And this is beautiful. I don't know what else to say, you know? So, okay. So, my stomach, what the frick? Okay. Positive affirmations, numero uno, is that I have ultimate gratitude for supreme source, the most supreme ultimate source, that is holding it down for us while we have a moment to just like rest for just a moment. That's good. Things are working out in our favor. Everything and everyone is working out in our favor for our highest good. That's all I had to say. Just driving one day in the past week. It's not even been a full week duration. I said it. And it happened. All of these things being knocked down. So I have some really good people behind the scenes. I noticed it yesterday. It's a little, catches me off guard a little bit because I can tell, you know, who they are. It's just like, they have this like, almost like a rigid aura, like they're like holding their breath. It's funny because these are experts in their field. These are high-ranking experts in their field. And they, a good ratio of them have families. So, blessings be to them. So they have less to worry about. Yeah, so they can really focus in on, you know, high priority items, not just affiliated with when they clock in, but also, you know, the manifestations of a home and hearth. They are owed that pleasure of being able to have the comforts within their own private, you know, realm. Yeah, so let's ensure that. So, yeah, okay. So for me, about aesthetics, it's also about adjusting and fine-tuning. Like, just because you're receptive to that energy, it doesn't mean that it's also, like, fortifying to what we've learned from the past. Like, there's reason to fear or whatever. I think both of those can be confusing. The receptiveness to, like, how they are around you, especially within the role that they play, but also like what we've learned in the past, there are figures to fear, or especially with where you're at in life, why are they around? So I think it can be a little bit confusing within the discernment, but you just kind of have to let loose, have some flex within the flex, right? Okay. So, I think that's the distinguishing factor with gurus. When they flex, when they are exhibiting their expertise, it's also with the, it's very showing in their ability to, show that they are also very giving within their open-mindedness. Open the door. I'm told to do that. Oh, it's the High Priestess. And it's already opening also outwards. The Four of Wands. Oh my gosh. We're talking about home and hearth here. We're talking about the manifestations of the domestic unit. We're talking about having, what is it? Something about build a steeple in the home. First, I don't know. It's some rhyme, something about building a steeple. Steeple in the home. I forgot what it is. But it's having the solar sun energy within the home. You see? The bottom half right there? This is super beautiful. This is wonderful. This is as above, so below. Inverse operations, you see the all-seeing eye at the root right there. Usually it's at the top, and the sun right here, and it's the old switcheroo, but with the very best growth right there. Usually the rose is down below. You know what I'm talking about? It was a switch. This is wonderful. This is having spirit in the home. In military, I don't know what type of military, but when I've talked about this before, when there's a marriage or even a funeral, how your crew comes in and they build this tunnel, basically a tunnel of light, and their torches that lead up along the way, even throughout this this realm of darkness. It's almost like a birth canal. They probably wouldn't want to describe it like that, but to that end of the portal, which is a manifestation of brighter light. So it's an honor to have the presence of high standing, people who are within your caliber, helping lead the way to that next it's such a beautiful severance package of eternal light is what I'm hearing. It's I forgot what they were gonna say, but it's helping lead the way to. It's like a congratulatory response of presence alone. Yeah, it's like a congratulations with each step along the way. That whether you look left or right, which even if you're considerations to the right hand path, the left hand path, and then the middle ground, that you always will have your crew alongside of you, supporting you on a soul level. So that's what I'm looking at here. The intersections. That is so beautiful. But the High Priestess, for sure. Dude. Two of Wands. You size up things correctly. This is beautiful. We have the sun energy here at the right hand. This is manifesting such beauty within the multiverse, creating galaxies. If you study quantum physics or anything of that sort, my crew has been showing me these are not just in the cards. This is for real stuff. Building galaxies, creating is beautifying the environment. I was told that with this numerology professor, basically this guru that I'd met in person, it was a little trippy because he knew just so much about me just based on the numerology of my birth name as well as my birthday and all of that. And with such brief information, it was highly regarded. And it's not just a manifestation of creativity, but what I'm supposed to do here is quite magnificent. He got a little tripped up just as I did, but he wasn't supposed to tell me everything. that's due to happen. But, oh yeah, said something about beautifying the environment, something about interior decorating on a very, very base level. But I think it was hints towards what it meant, especially within the public eye, which was something that was due to manifest. That not only would I do very well there, but it is destined. So I didn't even take much to it, because it was like, oh, that's a nice to have. Oh, okay. And there were certain things like being well versed within your realm, that there's sensitive eyes, sensitive ears, and things that should unfold organically. And so you kind of have to love from far away, which means that the news, it's like planting seeds. Okay, so he helped with that. I still have his information in order to contact him, but I just I don't know, I kind of like the surprises that come along the way, and to kind of spoil that, it's just like, no, I know my angels know me, or I know the angels know me, and the things that they are working towards to surprise me, I don't want to ruin that. They put so much work into keeping, I don't want to take away from that. So all is balancing out. See, 3 of Pentacles on the top, blooming. 6 of Pentacles. Have you ever lit a candle be near a plant? I've done that with an air purifying plant, and they still singe a little, just even with that much of a distance. So with the fact that these are resilient, that's putting in the work, the universe, double time. So all things are balancing out, for sure. So there's always going to be work for me, for us, really. But this is contribution to our resiliency, So whether we take the right-hand path, the left-hand path, we're striving in the middle. So we get the best of both worlds. So there's always going to be work provided, whether we're with closer to our connections, our crew, our support crew, or direct support crew, or, the soul level support crew, which is very karmic and very teaching and telling. So, oh, by the way, I have to say that at the last place that I worked, there were a lot of Geminis and Cancer there. So, within that zodiacal sign. So, if your birthday had passed and I had already known about it, I do apologize, especially to one particular person. I wanted to greet you, even though I was new, I was gonna go out of, I don't want to say out of my way, but I only had a 30-minute lunch, and the bakery that I wanted to, without even knowing if you like sweets or not, I wanted to go to the best bakery locally, and I couldn't really do that because it was 15 minutes out, about 15 minutes out, and then I would have to get 15 minutes back, and I had to do, for that 30 minutes, I had to devote to revising my resume to that other opportunity that I told you about that was more surefire, and it was going to be, a better opportunity for me. So I had to really prioritize that, and I thought that with my last 15-minute break, I spoke with the other, I can't say their name, the other lady in, I don't even call her a lady, the other female supposedly in charge of my role, I asked her if I just found out that it was your birthday and that I wanted to get something because you were so very nice to me, and if I could use the last 15 minutes of my break and and expand that a little bit further so I could grab something for for you and just stay a little bit later, if that was going to be okay. And by that time it was like 3 or 3:30 or whatever, because I was or something like that. It was close. Yeah, it was close to like end time, but you were still there. And she just blew it off, and she just said that, she's like, oh, I forgot. And she said, don't worry about it. Like, you know, birthdays come and go, this and that. And I was just like, and you know, it's we used to celebrate, but it's okay, no worries, and you're new, etc. And I was like, okay, so that's fine. So I still had, I think, the next day to get you something, but then by that time, I don't know. So I'm sorry. It doesn't mean that I don't care for you. I was just trying to figure out my role there and not trying to do too much or be too exposed in my showing or showing, or, you know, like I was just trying to be careful but still show you that I cared. So this is my kind of like, I'm just trying to tell you you're not overlooked, and I do appreciate you very much, and I'm sorry that things had to play out like that. But that's okay. I just want you to know. And then for the upcoming birthdays, you know, within the similar same, like within the same neighborhood of the zodiac, I just wanted to say happy birthday. Yeah. Okay. So, High Priestess. What do you want to say about this? I mean, there's hybrids of pentacles here. I mean, we have 7 stars over here. That means like having the patience, ultimately the patience of allowing things to be. And then at the pinnacle right here, in sum, the 7 plus 6 is 13, which is like the Death card. Very transformational, very open-ended in its offering. Yeah. And then the stone right there that she's standing on, usually it's a half moon, but that gives me the 4 of Pentacles energy. If you look at the Rider-Waite-Smith, oh my gosh, we're still on the first affirmation. That's okay. But holding it down. So that's the 14th Pentacle. 14 significance is the Temperance, which is really helping balance things out. And even though it's more of like a water energy within alchemy, we see that solidified here within the state of like the container, like Earth as the Holy Grail to the sum of bodies of water. So we're looking at that state there. Okay, there's a lot to say about this here, but this is so very good. This is a manifestation of raw energy, not just RAW, but RA. You see, right there. So it's like Junior. What is that Beastie Boys song that they say? I think it's Body Rock. At the very end, I go, Junior. It's not even body movement. It's like, they go, hello, in the very beginning. But they, like, do this beatboxing thing that's very, like, casual. It's like at the tip of the tongue phenomenon, because it's hard for me to... Yeah. So anyway, this is wonderful. So, okay, positive affirmations too. We're gonna just like segue it into there. Is that having spirit, you know, be the front man for us, the front soul for us, collectively speaking. Oh, I am very blessed. I know we are very blessed have the gift of the knowing and the knowing of how to hold it down in practical use. I on TikTok there was this other spiritualist. I don't know from exactly all of her practices, but just a new soul that I've come across, and she was talking about how when we do positive affirmations, I think I reposted it under another set verbiage, but I can tell that she's done a good amount of work to be able to respond like she did to me. I mean, it was very brief, but it was the acknowledgement, the energy behind it. It was that she, in doing positive affirmations, when we say I am, it's only speaking from the root chakra. And to be able to expand further, the teaching was very good in using other affirmations within other chakras. So I am, I know, I feel. I don't know if I was utilizing that already in previous positive affirmation Mondays, but I'm coming into the fuller awareness to build into intentions, and I think it was very smart to have that refresher, that reiteration. Yeah, so I really like that. We're gonna put that down there. And Four of Pentacles, talking about holding it down right behind that. Top of the deck is the Fool card in reverse. So again, with this resting point, excuse me, yeah, about things about to start up for us, especially what we just talked about is full on correct. In fact, this looks like the coming out of the void, that tunnel. It's a yellow brick road, but it doesn't look so bright, it didn't look so bright, honestly, but it has all the zodiacal signs imprinted on here, scribed, chiseled out like the rock. So yeah, talking about the rock over here, that she was standing on, it's holding that down, the chiseling out of it. So okay, so positive affirmations too, or Monday motivations is, did I tell you I was knocked out yesterday with a very big headache? I don't even know if I would call it an attack. It was also a dual expansion of my growth. So there was no real anger presiding over it, at least from my point. But dude, it was pretty bad. I had to ask for some real help. And I said, I know this might be for growth, but it was really bad. If it was coming from the outskirts, which I feel like it was, but I'm not supposed to entertain that. It was they want to kill me off. It was bad. It's bad energy. So when I took a shower, I was asking the elements to clear me. And it was then that I was on all fours, vomiting in the bathtub. It wasn't a huge amount, but there was stuff happening. And so I felt better, took a shower. After that, I wrapped my head up and went to sleep. And hours later, I got up to get some food, did some shopping, and for groceries, just feeling it out. Dude, I looked like a drunk. I was, what do you call it? Not a drunk. I felt it was like I was on a hangover. I couldn't walk straight. I was the aisles were open, but I was not walking straight. My head felt weird. I had to take it easy, but I knew I had to just keep going with it. And so I know that there was stuff happening. And by the way, let me tell you, let me put it out there, just as a report. If you're trying to mail me something that's super duper important, be very, I think you're just going to have to hand it to me in person. You're just going to have to deliver it to me in person. That's how sketchy things are. Because the last week or two that I was working at that other job, there was ish going down with my mail. I don't know what, like, that's as far as I can track it. But there were duplications within, like, my association bills and, like, what do you call it? Like, my like a credit card bill. It came in double time in my mailbox, and actually there was a set that came into, like, my front doorstep. And the funkiest thing of all is that I have 2 cameras that are on my like, that lead up to my front door, and neither of them caught footage on who dropped it off. Neither of them. You know how insane that is? You know how freaking insane that is? That's trippy. So it's not just, like, at my mailbox that's happening, and, like, my personal one, but I would gauge the same thing with my P.O. box, which, like, dude, I spend, like, what is it? It's like $90 or something like that for a P.O. box, and I just renewed, like, I don't know, some time ago, and like, seriously, that's crazy. So I've been getting, like, nothing really. I mean, like, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that there's sometimes I get locked out of my P.O. box, and like, and the stuff that's happening, like, right now, even at my front door. You know how crazy that is? So my internal crew, my you know, ones that work behind the scenes and doing your special stuff, just please help keep an eye out for that stuff, you know. It's like, I'm just letting you know that, like, I gotta put it out there, especially to the expanse of my circles, if there's some funky stuff going on. Not good. So, like, I don't know if things, like, someone's been in my home, like, for real. It's not just, like, astral travel or remote viewing or whatever. I don't know if anybody's really actually been inside my home or whatever, which is not okay, because I'm not the only one here. So, anyway. All donations are provided in light and love are received accordingly, including your time and your service and your skills. I thought I'd mention. Okay. So, positive F. Oh, wait, what's going on? Am I doing this backwards? No. Oh, full card. Oh, yeah. Okay, so full card. I feel gratitude for getting to this point. Being able to, like, stand on the threshold and the brink of yesteryears as well as the tomorrows. It's beautiful. I am very pleased. I feel touched to be at this point of, like, perched on this point. Even if it's, like, in Batman mode, in hangman view, like, upside down, to be able to look at things. That, like, the head, like, the blood rushing to the head isn't out of, like, anger or, like, reaching a boiling point, but this is more of alchemy. Like, I've been there, I've done that, but now this is, like, what were you gonna say? There was a certain blood, I forgot. There's blood rushing? Like, is that, what do you call it? I don't know. It's not out of anger or, you know, those kind of frustrations. That the blood rushing is, more like, excitement. This is, coming out of the cocoon, you know? It's like, just, like, burst it open, and now, like, we're just kind of resting there, like, as a butterfly would, just kind of, like, slowly opening its wings. So it's like, you know, so it's letting the blood rush to those earned wings, basically. kind of a stretch. It's very nice. Oh, there was some rain that came out this morning. It was very, very nice. I didn't actually see it, but when I stepped out, it was apparent. And I found, I don't know if it was a cricket or a praying mantis. I don't know. I think it was a baby cricket. Oh my gosh. It was standing like dewy on a part of a bud, and I was just talking to it. It could have hopped away, but talked to it. It's a new keeper in the garden. So I gave it good energy, and it didn't hop away. It could have felt totally triggered, but it didn't, especially with like how close my face was to it in my hands. Like wouldn't this scare a freaking tiny like being like that? Normally it would, but it was good. It was okay. They knew. That was a gift by the Fae. They just want me to see. So, positive affirmations number 2 is that I know this fool isn't a fool. Really. This fool is just as equivalent to the power of pyrite. Another ideation of gold. So very in link with the solar plexus chakra. Wealth, prosperity, the signifier of how will can take you, your personal will can take you to great lengths of discoveries. Yes. Okay, positive affirmations number 3. That one. 5 of Wands in reverse. This is wonderful. Because the feuding is no more. They're like, the feuding are like stakes in the ground. But you know, we realize that when we put the stakes in the ground collectively, that our ancestors have done that before too. That it's been happening for many, many occasions. But underneath all of that, we have 5 pillars here, right? Yeah, 5 pillars standing. Viewed. So we're creating foundations, but with like toothpick technology. The things that we've learned, the stakes in the ground, we realize collectively, oh my gosh, we were being petty. But now we've grown past that. A new set of problems. Okay, toothpicks in the ground. Also same thing. So it's building upon that, kind of like popsicle formations, but it's very much like that. So it's not to undermine the progress that we've made, the inputs that we've had, and because it might have been very effortful, but looking at it as like elementary. What is it? It's elementary, my dear Watson. So it's going through that, because 5 signifies like when you're laying down the law, when you mean like how do I say it? When you really mean it, it's like what do you call it? They're tally marks. Yeah. So the point system is done in intervals, talking about phases that we all go through, and how we're instrumental within that batch. Okay, that batch done. Very nice. So, positive affirmations 3 is that 3 or 4? Whatever. The next positive affirmations is so that I know, I think, I feel, I am, I see. So we see progress within the motions of our inputs. And collectively speaking, we output great things. That what we see is very telling of our investments. So the positive affirmations in here is the acknowledgement of the divine acknowledgement of how much we've progressed, and how that's very telling of what's to come. That within the many characters that have laid down their stakes. This is also talking about, I don't know why I'm hearing about like stakes. So it's also the sacrificing of their diet, like creating dietary, like resilience to the betterment of their health. So Spirit wants to acknowledge that. That sacrifice in order to get a longer range on the work that you are meant to do. So to increase your longevity by sacrificing like immediate forms of gratification, they acknowledge that as well. Very good. Okay. All right. So there's that. Oh, but by the many characters that we interface with, there's a divine acknowledgement that everything has a purpose and its place. So, once you embrace that, you can move on to the next batch. Otherwise, you repeat the same batch. That's what they're saying. Okay. Okay. There's a little bit of tough love there, but okay. Next positive affirmations before we move into the Bananagrams. Okay. Oh, it's Temperance. Inverted, caught with a wrist. And I just learned from another, what do you call it? TikToker. Oh, she's a witchy person. She's very beautiful. Intense on the eyes, but she teaches certain practices. And something, I liked her thing. I don't know. I liked it or bookmarked it. So something about like the fingers or the hand, something about the wrist. I remember saying something about protecting your wrist, and I didn't know exactly what that had to do with, like, as far as mudras or like, you know, the meaning of your finger to, you know, palmistry, that kind of thing. But she said something about how it's connected to the heart, and I was like, frickin', that makes sense. When I said you have to protect your wrists, because I remember I told you about it, that previously when I was working for a CEO, his wife saw me as a threat. I don't know freaking why. I wasn't doing anything. I didn't even like my boss like that. I just admired the way he conducted himself when it came to his passion for the business. And just how he was, like, you could see a subset of that within his personal life, and how it drew like certain conflicts within both atmospheres, but more so within the domestic. He was able to manage that more in the work atmosphere. So anyway, so much to say. But she grabbed my wrists. I was just talking to her. She was talking about like how she makes freaking bracelets or whatever. She grabbed my wrists. I don't know why. It was supposedly to look at my bracelets, but it was so aggressive. She was putting a bind on me or whatever. I could tell energetically, like, not to mess with her. I'm like, dude, like, seriously, I don't know who the F, like, nobody has ever done that in my entire life. Even if they meant like forthright aggression, they have never ever done that to me. So that was absolute disrespect. Let me tell you, number one. So, as far as the heart chakra too, that's why I wear my bracelets. Even if it's like not okay on the job, I will find a way to protect. So anyway, temperance. We got to find that within ourselves. We've got to. Okay. So, I honor, not just acknowledge, but I also honor the need for the balancing act within. I'm hearing temporal lobe. I don't even know what that assists with, but I acknowledge the need for temperance within my own body of water. You know how I can say that? I can speak to that is within one of my other jobs, not the same one that I've been speaking of, but another separate job, where I reported to the VP of marketing that there was some cattiness within the field because they saw that I was highly regarded by the higher ups. Like, it was hidden, like it was etheric energy that I was definitely highly regarded, and that I also got paid a certain way, and they did not like that, the girls, because they put out left and right in order to get whatever they got, and they still were not at the level of respectability. Like, when you do that, you're not going to be seen in the same light. But even when it came to the manifestation of physical realm, they were not as well regarded. But anyway, that's like a whole sum of things. Like, so let me just get back to here, okay? So they were lying straight through their teeth when it came to a certain coordination of events. They were playing me dirty. I know that they were lying straight through their teeth. They were so, it's not good. And this was before I realized that the person that I reported to was foul too, and they were playing the political system because she was new or whatever as well, and so she wanted to play whatever. She was playing it wrong. She played her cards wrong. But while this other person, the person that I was doing the job for, that she should, whatever, like, I didn't mind doing it. But the fact was that they were straight up lying, and I got so fired up. I forgot how, like, angry I could get. I was so angry. I was speaking things in my mouth. I was like, no, motherfucker, you are straight up lying. I was so angry. Court system activated in my head. I was so fumed. I could tell my boss. I could tell now. I mean, shortly after, and even like shortly after I got angry or whatever, that she was highly receptive. Like, she had gifts undercover, and she particularly could feel all that was boiling inside of me. Her chest was heaving. Like, it was hard for her to control the anger that was going on inside of me. She was very receptive to that, which tells me she was tuning in long before that. And anyway, I could see how much, like, I was affecting those around me. And she knew that whatever I was conveying was the ultimate truth, that it was legit, and that she was part of the whole scheming thing. So that guilt allowed for the receptivity, the message to be delivered. And then there was another, so that's how I can speak to this. That is very ultimately important, especially for my kin, to contribute to the success of my kin, that I maintain temperance, within self. But then there was another time, I have to tell you, that I could tell she had a one-on-one with her boss, which was the owner, or a co-owner or whatever, and she was shaking. She was shaking. Her, like, literally, she could not get her notes together. She was literally shaking everywhere. And I told her, I was like, we don't have to have a sit down right now. Don't worry about it. Like, I could tell you have some things to get together, and like, you deserve some chill before you're, like, this is before I knew that she was playing on an evil scheme or whatever, that she had to answer to something bigger. And so I was like, and she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, you are shaking. Your hands are shaking. You are, like, I can come back another time. Don't worry about it. It's not even that big of a deal. And she's like, she was bullshitting me. She said, I got that from my grandmother, but this is something that really drives me. Just lying through her teeth. Like, it's like, I just left the door open. I was like, okay, you know, your grandma's weird, but okay. But no. So, one thing leads to another, and that second story was very telling of it. Yep. So, anyway. It's crazy. Okay. Anything else that you want to say since I divulged all of that? Spirits, anything else for the positive affirmations? Oh, I feel something in my heart. It hurts a little bit. It's not mine though. Okay. Okay. Oh, dang it. Dang it. This is good. Okay. Dang it. It's the Wheel of Fortune as the frontal card to the Nine of Cups. You know how prosperous this Nine of Cups is? There's several depictions in it. We've gone through it other times. Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Nine of Swords. The things that keep you up that are oh so good. This is wonderful. This is Nine of Cups threefold within several suits. I mean, you're nearing the Empress and the Emperor status with the 9 alone here. And to tune into Nine of Swords, into the aspect of like manifest, transmuting that energy into the positive light. Come on. You don't even like Nine of Wands here. Like the spirit energy is hidden. Like how do you get all that foliage? That's what we're talking about here. But this manifestation is ultimately like putting a cap on that ass. I think you're supposed to say putting a cap in that ass. But this is a tower moment, you know. This is what Devil's Dome or something like that. I forget what it's called. But it's putting the wheel on the top of that. So you know what happens if there's lava, if there's an eruption? It works as like this water wheel type of technology. So it doesn't like come out of there. It's more of like it's redistributed. It's this energetic frequency that is powering the collective. So if there's any eruptions, it's more of like it's distributed accordingly. So it's, how do I say it? Something that's very manageable. That through any type of like disruption that, you know, may sporadically occur, that there's collective happiness to be found. Transmutable technology. It's being very practical within what already is. This is beautiful. So, the positive affirmations here is we are very blessed with collective considerations, our respective resources that we employ. So this is kind of Kundalini energy when you think about it. So it's connecting all the dots with we know, we are, we feel, we see, we hear. We are very much tuned in to how to utilize our resources better. So beautiful. So beautiful. I love it. Bottom of the deck is Rising of Eight of Wands, communications. This is interstellar communications. Intergalactic, interstellar communications right here. Pinpointed. You see? This is like, you see the fire that's created here? And how it creates the blessing of, it's not just erosion, but it's the Kundalini energy. It's Christ-like energy here. Yippity yip, 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 yip. Okay. This is wonderful, because this is the development, the gray area of light. This is beautiful. Beneath that is the Knight of Swords in reverse. Very focused energy. We're not just talking laser focus. There's something beyond laser that is very like intricate and very precise within its design. Like it's like a torpedo. It's torpedo technology. But it never ever misses. Never. That's crazy. I like it. So what's the top of the deck here? Six of Pentacles in reverse. It's the give back. Kind of like the take back. But it's like, what is it? Take it back. Take it back. I'll say it simple so you can understand. Get my food right. I am a hungry man. You say you're really... you're sorry. Not really a waitress. Not studying to be an actress. Start acting like a waitress. Food. Okay, so it's about consuming. Okay. The realization that we need to consume, have healthier consumptions. Yeah. Within different realms. Yeah. We're looking at the Rubik's Cube here. Different geometric manifestations. We're looking at the chakras, right? So based on color coding here. So I'm feeding into the health levels of our chakras, getting to know them. Our energy centers. Okay. So I think like kind of like a fire is lit underneath us when it comes to understanding our resilience. So we are blessed with I'm hearing the gratitude of the multiverse, okay? The universe, especially. We are blessed with these communications in order to show us how strong we are. Like for reals. To get a better hold of who we are. Like put our feelers out. That's how, there's no one that has been shown to work out a Rubik's Cube without putting their feelers all into it. Okay. Is that right? Let me see if there's anything else behind that. Eight of Swords in reverse. Yeah, getting out of being stuck. So there, I think a lot of people who are here have felt very much stuck or in slow-mo or like Groundhog Day on cycle. Yeah, for a long time. So we're just breaking out of that, being put on notice. What's behind that? Oh, we already got that. So Knight of Swords in reverse, Knight of Wands in reverse. So yeah, it's lighting our own fire, definitely. So or someone else doing that for us. This is an initiation, very focused, very it's accurate. Three of Pentacles. So it has something to do with co-creative forces. It has something to do with the workplace. How it's a contributing factor. It's really like a second home because of how much awake you are within another atmosphere, another zone of inclusion. And it truly opened it up to this Queen of Discs. So it's about how you invest in that. Invest in yourself through that mode. Being practical with your pursuits, showing what kind of love you have outside of your domestic unit. How you're going to recreate that within something of more equivalency. Most definitely. Okay. Middle is King of Swords in reverse. So getting to the bottom of the matter, like truth be told, not just sold. Because these are like, kind of like canned responses. These are the like what happens in the middle of the book, like reading between the lines, are master manipulators. These are people who bend the truth, who do not give an ish, whether your name is a number or your number is a name, whatever. There's no distinguishing factor other than like what's in it for them. Yeah, so there's mass mind control kind of thing there behind that Seven of Wands in reverse. They're sent to humble you, to kind of make you feel at a lesser point, but that's a projection of where they're truly at. They hold no high ground, except within the nether worlds, and their nether regions. This is what I'm hearing, because swords fighting with like the wand energy, which is the what's, you know what I'm talking about. All right, the Hermit in reverse. So ultimately, they're going to come into the awareness. They're going to come into their own realizations. But they're kind of stuck beneath the surface a little bit. So we've come into their lives to show them something, a thing or two about our own expertise. Okay? Okay. All right. So moving on to Bananagrams. Okay. X. Okay. CTWEDASITEPUGHROQASYRTFTNU. So we have, I need some of my coffee. What time is it? 11 o'clock. I have coaxinite here. Let me just double check the spelling. Okay. It's cacoxinite. Okay, not coaxinite. So I feel like it's still relevant here as far as what, like, it's hidden here. Yeah. Okay. So someone doesn't want us to see coaxinite. Okay. It's very much associated with like a blending within Amethyst. It's a field, a matrix. It's something that uses, I think, Amethyst as a matrix. So it's very much like hematoid quartz within its spreading of fields, but there's something also like fluent within it. Like there's some kind of temperance that's built into how it manifests. So something to look at there. Because somebody, like, a couple of my cards fell down, and one of them being able to see on the outer limits. So it's definite. In fact, let me just pull it right now. Give me a second. Oh, give me. Oh, okay. So, that card came from, I forget what this is, but it's Fiona and the Unicorn, the Gift of Sacred Sight. So that's the card that fell, and, yeah. Okay. So I see respite. So again, looking at this point, like the Phoenix Perched. Okay, so we're gonna look at names first before. Okay. I see Striker hidden in here, Stryker, but I only have a C, not a K. But I feel like Striker is in here. Gary, Stan, Star, like with a double R or a single R, some kind of like it's it could be a nickname too. Something about pugs. It could be Pug by Smashing Pumpkins. Kiss and kill me sweetly. Come and drive me home. Just the miles in me. Something I am yours alone. Something like that. Where it's warm. Wrap myself. Where I'm torn. Okay. Wow, somebody has intense feelings for us. Okay. Group. Yeah, there's groups here that are fond of our energy. Fond is speaking very lightly of it, but we're going to keep it like that right now. Cat here. There's a lot of names in here. Shane, Sean. I'm seeing Dawson here. Dawson is that's the first time I've seen Dawson here. Dayton. So that could be a name, or Dayton, Ohio. Yeah, someone's from Dayton, Ohio here. Grace. Nora. Tina. Trina. Serena. Irene. You know the usual. That's funny. Peyton. I'm seeing posse as well here. So, again, groups. Dream. Oh, no, wait. There's no M here. It's a W. Word. Harry. Harris. Harrison. Ford. Oh, Harrison Ford. Why did we get to that? Harrison Ford. I was going to say something about the lightsaber here on the 8 of Wands card. How it looks like a lightsaber, the handle in the fire. So it's something about, the eruption and this disruption here on the final act on one of the, where Anakin Skywalker turns into, what is it? Obi-Wan Kenobi visits, tries to save Anakin from his anger, but he's an outright refusal, and, he gets all messed up by it, his refusal. And that's what creates, when you're under so much heat, when you're amidst all of that, it creates this dark entity within you, right? It kind of engages, emulsifies is what I'm hearing, that within you. But then when you get into so much heat that at the very end, we see the turnaround into Christ-like meaning and messaging. And it's just kind of like that Gollum type of everything has a purpose and its place. So there's kind of a resurrection point to each of us. Okay. I'm seeing Sither. I'm seeing profit here. Not profit cash. We're looking at profit is there two P's? No, there isn't, but I don't know. There's hidden messages here. Prostitute, prophetic. Yeah, prophetic. There's hidden, because I can see prostitute here.